Okay, so you want to be a venue director, huh? The person behind the scenes of all those amazing events? I get it. It does seem pretty glamorous from the outside, but what's it really like? What does it actually take to succeed in this world?
Yeah, it's definitely not all, perfectly chilled cocktails and elegance like you might imagine. This is a career that really demands a lot from you. You need creativity, for sure, but also some serious business skills. And honestly, you've got to be ready to handle a crisis or two.
And that's what we're going to uncover today, right? We've got a ton of information here from RoleCatcher, and they're basically the go-to experts for anything event planning. We're talking in-depth guides on what it takes to be a venue director, interview tips, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, and what I find really interesting about RoleCatcher is that they don't just give you the surface level stuff, you know? They really dig into the skills you need at each point in your career. Like starting from those early days where you're maybe just coordinating a coffee break to eventually running a massive gala for 500 people. They break it all down.
Okay, so let's imagine for a second that you actually land that venue director job. What does your average day even look like?
Well, picture this. You walk in, coffee in hand, ready to tackle the day, and bam, you get hit with a curveball. The florist for that big corporate awards dinner tonight, they double booked cue the crisis management. That's just a little taste of the unpredictable life of a venue director.
Okay, so maybe not as glamorous as those magazines make it seem then.
Right, but honestly, that's part of what makes this job so rewarding. It's that mix of challenges and triumphs. You're not just managing logistics, you're curating experiences. You're creating moments that people will remember. Think about it. A high-stakes charity event, a product launch that wows everyone, even something as personal as a wedding reception that brings everyone together. It all falls on you as the venue director.
So it's a lot more than just choosing nice tablecloths.
Way more. You're juggling multiple events at once, each with their own demands. One day you're finalizing contracts with caterers. The next you're trying to book a celebrity speaker for a conference. And then there's the ever-present budget to manage client expectations to meet, and of course those last-minute fires to put out. It's fast-paced, challenging, and requires a very particular set of skills.
I'm starting to understand why people who like a little chaos gravitate towards this job. But let's back up for a second. For someone just starting out, what does that path towards becoming a venue director actually look like?
RoleCatcher really emphasizes getting that hands-on experience early on. They recommend looking at entry-level positions like a venue coordinator or even volunteering at different places like event companies, hotels, convention centers, basically anywhere you can get your foot in the door and learn the ropes.
So paying your dues starting from the bottom and working your way up.
Exactly. It's like leveling up in a video game. You start as a coordinator, mastering those basic tasks. Then you move up to supervisor, where you're managing a team and taking on more responsibility. Eventually, you become a venue manager, overseeing whole events, making bigger decisions. And finally, you reach the top venue director, the ultimate event orchestrator.
Like an events management 101 course, but way more intense.
You could say that.
Mhm.
And as you're climbing that career ladder, RoleCatcher stresses the importance of getting certified. You familiar with the CMP or CEP certifications?
Those sound familiar, but I can't quite place them.
So CMP stands for Certified Meeting Professional, and CEP is Certified Event Professional. Think of them like gold stars on your resume. They show potential employers that you really know your stuff and that you're serious about this profession.
So it's not just about practical experience then, it's also about having those official credentials.
It's about having that well-rounded skill set. And when we talk about skills, RoleCatcher divides them into what they call hard skills and soft skills, and both are crucial for aspiring venue directors.
Okay, let's dig into those a bit. What kind of hard skills are we talking about here? Give us the rundown.
Budgeting is huge. You'll be managing budgets for events, negotiating contracts with vendors, making sure everything stays on track and profitable. It's not just about throwing a great party, it's about being smart with money.
So like running your own little business within the larger venue or company.
Exactly. And that's why marketing and promotion are so important too. You need to know how to attract clients, book those events, and make your venue the place to be. Think about it like building a brand, creating buzz, and getting people talking.
Got it. Budgeting and marketing, those make sense. But what about the soft skills? I feel like those are extra important when you're dealing with so many different people.
Absolutely. As a venue director, you're constantly interacting with all kinds of people, demanding clients, creative vendors, your own team. Communication and interpersonal skills are non-negotiable.
Because a venue director who hates talking to people and freaks out under pressure, that's not a recipe for success, is it?
You've got to be able to handle different personalities, diffuse tense situations, keep your team motivated, And let's not forget about problem solving. Remember those last-minute crises we talked about?
Like a great florist disaster of 2024.
Exactly. You need to think on your feet, make decisions under pressure, and stay calm when things get chaotic. Adaptability is key because no 2 days are the same in this job.
So you're saying the best venue directors are kind of like Zen masters of the event world, calm under pressure, but also incredibly creative.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to put it. You need that balance of grace and grit to really make it in this field.
Okay, so let's say I've been working hard, gaining experience, building those skills. What about actually landing my dream job as a venue director? What should I expect?
This is where RoleCatcher really comes in handy. They've got a ton of resources specifically for nailing that interview. We're talking a huge database of interview questions, like over 120,000 of them, all tailored to different careers and skill sets.
120,000 questions. Wow, that's a lot to prepare for.
It's all about being ready for anything. And these aren't your typical basic questions either. They're designed to really dig into your experience, see how you handle real-life situations.
Like, what kind of questions should I be ready for in a venue director interview?
Be prepared to go beyond just listing off what's on your resume. They'll want to know how you've actually used those skills. So, for example, they might ask, tell me about a time you had a difficult client and how you managed to turn things around. Or maybe something like, imagine a budget cut right in the middle of an event. How would you minimize the impact on what the client wants?
So it's not enough to just say, I'm great with people, or I'm a budgeting guru. You need to have those real stories to back it up.
Exactly. RoleCatcher really emphasizes that, showing, not just telling. So instead of saying, I improved client satisfaction, you'd say, I implemented this new feedback system and it led to a 15% increase in positive client reviews. Those specific details make a big difference.
It's all about painting that picture. Like that. And RoleCatcher also has some cool tech tools to help with the job hunt, right? What's this AI-powered thing I've heard about?
Oh yeah, their AI CV analyzer. It's pretty amazing. You upload your resume and it compares it to job descriptions you're interested in. Then it tells you how well your skills and experience match up and even suggests ways to improve your resume to get noticed.
That's like having a personal resume writer and career coach all in one. That's awesome.
It really is. And it just goes to show how much the event industry is changing. Technology isn't just about cool lighting and sound anymore. Venue directors need to be tech savvy in all areas, from managing the events themselves to managing their careers.
So we've talked about what it's really like to be a venue director, the career path, the skills you need, even the role of technology. What's the most important thing for our listeners to remember as they start exploring this career?
I'd say remember that becoming a successful venue director, it's a journey. It takes dedication, a real love for creating incredible experiences, and that willingness to embrace the challenges and the wins.
It's more than just like checking things off a list.
Yeah, definitely.
It's about creating those moments that people remember.
It is about crafting those experiences that really stick with people long after the event is over.
So for everyone out there who wants to be a venue director, imagine this. 5 years from now, you're not just going to some amazing event. You are the venue director, the one who made it all happen.
I like it.
What kind of event is it? What are we talking about?
Okay, so what kind of event are we picturing here? Is it a big industry conference where everyone's making deals and networking?
Yeah.
Or maybe a charity gala raising tons of money for an important cause?
Ooh, or how about a concert with your favorite band?
Okay, that one might be a bit biased.
Maybe just a little. But that's what's so cool about this job, right?
Yeah.
You take this vision and you turn it into reality.
Exactly.
All those skills we talked about, the budgeting, marketing, communication, even the crisis management, it all comes together to create something really special.
And it's not just about the logistics either. It's about understanding what those events mean to people. You know, that desire to connect, to celebrate, to make memories.
So to everyone listening who's thinking about this career path, remember, it's not always going to be easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, maybe even a florist disaster or two along the way.
Probably. But if you're passionate about it, if you're resilient, and you have that mix of creativity and business smarts, you can turn those ordinary events into something truly unforgettable.
And who knows? Maybe someday soon you'll be the one orchestrating those events, leaving your own mark on this world.
Now that's something to work towards.